Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We are coming to you live here from Gen Con 2019, bringing you all the board game coverage all week long. As usual, I'm your host, Matt, and right now we are joined with Rachel from 524 Labs.
Hello, hello.
How you doing today, Rachel?
I am good. It's been an eye-opening day. It's my first Gen Con.
Is it really?
It is, and so I am blown away, and I spent most of the day just, like, agape at all the amazing costumes. The cosplay is insane here.
There's a lot of stuff going on. You know what the craziest thing is? It's not the busiest day.
Oh, Lord. Now I feel like I need to go to bed. Oh, gosh. And so tomorrow, I'm guessing, is the best? Or is it Sunday?
No, I think Saturday's going to be the big boy. Yeah.
Oh,
So I know that they sold out of the Saturday badges, so it's going to be crowded.
I feel like I should hide.
Yeah. I'm going to be stuck here in this hotel the entire time, so
Well,
you know.
That sounds a little bit more relaxing.
All right, so let's just jump into things here. What have you brought to show off to us today?
I have brought you Mint Cooperative.
What's Mint Cooperative?
Mint Cooperative is the third in the Mint series. The Mint series that 524 Labs has is, it begins with Mint Works. It is a worker placement game that fits in a Mint tin, and the idea is to do something like a big game in a tiny tin, because I want it to be, something that is meaty enough for an experienced gamer to actually enjoy, but it's approachable enough for someone who's never played games to be introduced.
And it's portable enough that you could pretty much slip it in your pocket and take it wherever the heck you want.
That is the beautiful, beautiful thing.
So, I mean, you gave me this is the prototype tin.
This
right
is.
now. But
Typically, we have a little bit deeper of tin because
this is the game box.
Yes. It actually, Mintworks itself came, originated from the BGG Mint Tin contest. And when I did that, or when Justin did that, I think that he didn't win or anything, but he just decided to take it to the next level and kickstart it.
Awesome.
And that did pretty well. And then Mint Delivery was the next one. It was a pick up and deliver mechanic. And now this is the first time that he's done a lot of development work, but not the design. So we have John Gilmore and Brian Lewis who decided...
I've heard of them before.
Yes, they may be well known for
Yeah.
Dinosaur Island, among all the other things that John has done, and I hear all sorts of fun things that Brian is still working on. So they're an exciting co-design team, and we were really excited that they brought this to us, and it is a cooperative.
Oh, so I was going to ask, what makes this different than the other games in the Mint series?
Well, it is. The idea is that we are supposed to bring a new mechanism to our audience, so that way they can dive deep and then be able to continue on down the dark rabbit hole of whatever that mechanism is.
Gotcha.
So we have, to explain it slightly, when you play the Mint Mint games, they all kind of have a universe that's starting to develop.
Okay.
And there are locations that you come to know in Mint Delivery because you're picking up orders and delivering them to the outlying communities, which are named things like Spearmint Springs, Cinnamon Center, Freshness Falls, and Peppermint Pines, and you're filling from the factory in Mintopia City.
All minty puns.
Minty. Oh my gosh.
It's very refreshing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It was one of those days where I was having a real bad day, and he's like, calm down and help me name these. And it brightened my day. So Mint Cooperative added a couple new locations, Gumdrop Gully and Licorice Landing. And that is just the expansion of what's known as Mortimer County.
Mortimer County.
So what you do is you play a superhero. Either... I'm thinking here.
Are these Mint pun named superheroes?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, of course they are. I love puns, and
Who
they
doesn't?
make me smile so much. And so General Gumdrop is one of them. They all have their individual powers. General Gumdrop, and then we've got Citizen Cinnamite, and all of them have their real focus, and you want to use those to your advantage in a co-op format. So when you start out, you are having trouble with you are having these villains causing trouble,
Mm-hmm.
and since we live in the puns,
More pun names. I love
oh,
it. This is great.
okay,
How
so
did you fit so many puns into such a small package?
ah, no, the first initial boss that is kind of the beginner you want to cut your teeth on is Nick O'Teen, and then you've got your middle boss who's Gorillic,
Gorillic.
which you would need mints to
Oh,
cure.
garlic. I'm ashamed that kind of went over my head on the first pass.
And then the big boss, the mother of all, is Gingivitis.
Gingivitis.
Yep, the mother of mouth disease.
It's an alliterative pun.
It is.
That's
I love it.
fantastic.
So they each have individual types of things that happen to them when you're fighting them. And when you first start your round, you are given a set of stunts that are given to, let's see, the first three, we'll say.
Okay.
Now, these, we'll just kind of keep those in your back of your mind there. And then you're going to roll. So you've got 4 die. And you know that trouble is afoot when you have either a 4, 5, or 6 that causes the trouble. So we have 4s, and we have a 5, and we have 6.
So we're trying to roll low here.
That would mean that you wouldn't have to resolve any trouble cards. So yes, that would be something that would be helpful. However, we have all sorts of trouble here, especially because we rolled doubles.
Oh.
Now we got double trouble.
Double trouble.
So that means you're going to play 2 cards. And maybe you can show that one over there
Sure
so they
thing.
can see.
Oh, the yellow is invisible here, but I promise this is yellow on this card here.
Yellow! But at least you don't have to worry about the yellow. It's just a background.
Mm-hmm.
What you're going to do is note the direction. There's a cardinal direction showing where what it is referring to. It's basically the map of what we have for locations.
Mm-hmm.
And what that's indicating is that they are attacking Freshness Falls.
Okay.
Is that right? Yes. No,
Peppermint
Pines.
Yeah.
And backwards.
Yeah.
And for 3. So they're going to remove these, and that's going to reveal 2 panic points. When you're fighting against Nick, your base level of panic is going to start at 4, but now you have 2 more pieces, 2 more points that is going to elevate your regional panic track to 6.
And I'm assuming that I see like a little radioactive symbol at the end of that panic track there. I don't think it's good for us to get there, right?
Nope, that's a bad thing.
Okay.
You may lose.
May lose.
and I always say if you lose at this game, then you have bad breath until you play again.
Oh no. Do 4 out of 5 dentists recommend you play again?
Oh, I should get that on the box. That just made my marketing plan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now the next one in our double trouble is affecting the 5 middle properties, and for 1. Now, this one's already out, so you can't really do anything about that. So you kind of lucked out that you don't have to worry for Peppermint Pines. But the rest, that one has another one. This one has another one. This one has another one, and this one has another one. That's 4.
That's a lot more panic points there.
Yes,
So
so-
I'm getting a little panicked here.
Right, so we're getting to 10. So the idea is that then you look at your dice pool, because you've resolved all of your trouble. And then you look at your dice pool to see what your options are to mitigate the damage.
Okay.
So you're going to look, and you've got 2 4s. And if you have a 4, you can fly, which means you can go to any location and then reduce panic 3 over here on the panic track.
Oh, that's good.
Now,
Can you do that for each 4 that you've got?
you could. Anybody however many players that you've got playing. And then you've got 5, which is the heroic feat. So whatever their individual superpower is. So, for example, General Gumdrop is going to add mints to your current town until no panic is exposed,
Okay.
and then reduce regional panic by the number of mints you added. So he's got a pretty good power.
That seems pretty solid right there.
Yeah. So that's one thing you could do. And then finally, 6, it says special, which we're going to rephrase prototypes, to a villain's weakness. And so every villain has a weakness for the 6. And this one happens to be reduce regional panic by 3.
Oh, okay.
So you could then go back down to 7.
But that's cool that it changes then what's actually happening on the 6 based on
Exactly.
what villain that you're fighting.
Exactly. And when you're talking about changing things, you go back to these stunts that you drew at random at the beginning of the round, and all of them have a die up in the corner. And so is that the 4? So we had 2 4s. If we didn't want to fly and reduce panic 3, we could see what the available stunt was.
Fly to any other location, and add mints until no threat is exposed.
Yeah. So you as a group collective get to decide what the best plan is. So you're working together. Same thing with the 5s. It just adds more interaction, more discussion, and more options.
More options for you, so that way you're not stuck into doing what's solely on that track there.
Exactly.
And it gives a little bit more randomization too. Then.
Exactly.
Very cool.
The last thing you got to do is know how to win.
How do I win?
You win. There's mayhem, and every time mayhem is drawn, any exposed panic point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, is one massive damage hit.
To
12, all the way up on the regional panic track.
Oh, that's
so 7 to 12. That's a 19.
That's a lot.
That is a big hit.
Yeah.
So you really want to keep most of these covered with mints as much as possible. You're going to try and mint 2, so that way it covers it back up. Because if you have mayhem hit, that can really suck.
Yeah.
So, you have to survive 3 mayhem to win. Okay. And they are interspersed throughout the deck, kind of like the pandemic, 4, and then add 1, and then individual shuffling. So, you win getting through there, or you lose if you get nuked.
So, do I lose immediately when it gets to the nuke, or do I have some time to mitigate that first?
No, you hit 27 and you're done.
Ooh. So I have to ask, what's the significance of the number 27? Why was that number chosen?
I don't.
Okay.
Crazy designers.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a round number, so I figured there might be some
I know.
story there.
See, if it was Justin's line, it probably would have been 42, because he thinks that's the answer to everything.
For everything. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So there are several times in Mint games that is the tiebreaker. Whoever is closest to the age of 42. So, that is the game, and it's going to be on Kickstarter.
So when is it coming to Kickstarter?
9/9/19.
I mean, that's easy to remember.
It is, and I really liked the fact that, you know how Europeans and Americans do different ordering of the month and day?
Oh, you can't confuse it then. Yes. There you go. That's smart.
Very excited about that.
Alrighty, so what else is going on with 524 Labs that you can tell us about?
Oh my gosh. It has been real interesting. I recently kind of took over as the face of 524, and we have been kind of just reaching out to reviewers, building relationships, talking with people about different artists, just kind of starting to put out feelers to kind of build our brand, build our company, and we're starting to be out at more of the conventions and things like that.
Like your first Gen Con.
My first Gen Con, my first Origins, my first PAX U. It's been really fun.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So anything else coming in the pipeline for the Mint series of games?
Well, there has been an Easter egg sighted.
is that something that we can talk about, or is that just something that people are going to have to keep their eyes open
I
for?
think they may have to look around.
Okay.
It's always fun to send people on hunts.
And
It
it's
makes
it's
me
not a
laugh.
wild goose chase. I can confirm that I have seen this Easter egg.
Yes, it does exist, and several key people may know about that, so it may be dropped every now and then.
Fantastic. So, Rachel, where can our viewers go to find out more information about all the goings on with 524 Labs?
Well, 524 Labs has a website at 524labs.com. And specifically Mint Cooperative, we're continuing to update mintcooperative.com. And you can go there to add your email so that I can let you know when things launch if you do forget 9 9
9 9.
19.
9919.
9 9 19.
I think I could remember that.
I don't know if I can say it after a long day.
Rachel, thank you so much for joining us today. We really do appreciate it.
You're so welcome. It's been great.
And thank all of you for watching at home. We're going to take an intermission right now. We'll be back later this evening to bring you our spotlight session and close out the coverage from Day 2 of Gen Con 2019. Signing off for now, though, I'm Matt. Have a good one, everyone.